It's gratitude journaling time. I've been doing this weekly challenge for 11 weeks and have been learning so much. This week's prompt is draw a gratitude memory about someone or something that has impacted your life. For this prompt, I'm going to focus more on a time rather than a specific memory. I took violin lessons as a kid, and I was 10 when I started. I really enjoyed it and made progress. It wasn't until my third teacher, however, that I really began to love the violin. Sometimes in the early phases, I felt a little stifled because I wasn't often playing songs I enjoyed. And teachers tend to spend a lot of time pointing out all of your faults, which is their job, I suppose. When I was probably around 12, I got both a new teacher and a new violin, and that is the violin that I'm painting. That teacher has influenced my love for the violin as well as my taste in music from the point that I started learning from her on. She loved music, and her love for the pieces that she taught me was contagious. She was generous with praise on what I did well and guided me very sweetly in a direction that would improve my playing over time. The violin has been a blessing in my life since that time. My talent with the violin helped me as a teenager to feel good about my ability to play and find joy in the talent that I had. I've also been able to share my talents and improve upon them since then. It is good to have wonderful teachers and kind, influential people. I think many of these people can leave a quiet impact because with my violin teacher, it actually wasn't a single memory that had an impact. It was the many small memories added up over time that influenced me in a certain way. My teacher loved both classical music and American fiddle music. These are music genres that no one in my family cares for except me. I've had other things influence me towards these types of music, but I think my teacher gets the most credit because she helped me see why it was so cool. Not from any explanation, but just because she liked it so much. So guys, what ways have you been impacted by someone? Who or what has influenced you for good? Perhaps this is a good time to draw or write it out. It can be easy to forget the good things, but if they are recorded, we can always look back. My actual violin is pretty orange looking, and so the underpainting or the underlayer that I use, which is a very yellowy orange color, is actually pretty good to start with. I used a lot of oranges and blues, and I actually really love how this painting turned out. I love that it kind of has a striking feel to it, and painting in these F-holes was really fun. Getting it the right amount of darkness and also getting the light reflecting off of the edges was really fun. This is my favorite part. I don't know why. I just think that the way that the light starts to lay is really beautiful, and it makes the whole piece come alive. Now I'm adding in some darks. That's kind of nice, just adding some shading with a deeper orangey color and a little bit of shadow. It starts to look really good at some point. It's getting there slowly. And these are my fine tuners. They're silver, and so I just painted them white. And these holes right here, I had a little bit of a problem with them. They're a little crooked, and eventually I go back in and get them a little bit more straight, but I kind of wish I'd taken a little bit more time on the bridge, which is what that piece is. Quite in perspective, it's slightly off, just a tiny bit, and it could be a little bit shorter, I think, but it still looks good. I like it. And look how these shadows and the lighting is starting to really come alive. It just makes it start to look like it's popping a little bit more. I think the lighting when I took this picture really helped me to get the lighting in the painting itself. If you would like to follow along and use the gratitude prompts that I am using each week, there is a free PDF on my website. A link is in the description. And now for the other best part, the strings. This also was really fun, and actually on my violin the strings are actually blue. This was fun putting in the little shadows and just finishing up. And it's all done. And here it is in my journal. It's looking good in there. Another page down. The next prompt is, draw a commodity that makes your life better. Stay merry and creative.